Hello and welcome to the 9 p.m. news on Voice of the People TV. I am Vivian Oguche and a Happy New Year to you. Now, before we begin the news, kindly visit our website www.vop.ng for fresh and trending news. First, the headlines. Tinubu pledges economic reforms, stronger Naira. A speech, a manifesto of hopelessness, PDP tells Tinubu. Atiku urges Nigerians to monitor political leaders' actions and decisions. And Pope Francis seeks debt pardon for poor countries. Also, EFCC nudges Nigerians and vows to bring down towers of corruption. NLC seeks wage review, flees federal government over coercion. In business, block molders seek stabilization of cement prices in 2025. And in sports, Lukman makes Syria a team of year. And in entertainment, Song Lu hangs out with Wizkid, Burna Boy, Olamide. Better days lie ahead in 2025, irrespective of the difficulties that the different households went through. Their message on Wednesday said the economic indicators point to a positive and encouraging outlook for the nation. Citing the indicators, it said that the fuel prices have gradually decreased, as well as foreign trade surpluses justify efforts to lower costs by boosting food production and promoting local manufacturing. Tinubu further stated government's ambition to reduce inflation from the current sharing instruments for financial institutions to boost national economic output and ethical values. Thanked Nigerians for their confidence in his administration while seeking further cooperation and collaboration at all times to achieve his goal of a $1 trillion economy. And in reaction to President Bola Tinubu's New Year broadcast, the People's Democratic Party, PDP, said it paints a gloomy picture of what lies ahead for Nigerians. In a statement in Abuja on Wednesday by the National Publicity Secretary of the party, the PDP asserted that President Tinubu's 2025 New Year Day address further confirms its position that most of Nigerians, beg your pardon, that there is no hope in sight for the nation under his administration. The party described the speech as a self-satisfying posturing. It said this further validates the fact that the Tinubu-led All Progressives Congress administration is completely disconnected and unconcerned about the hardship that Nigerians are going through following the ill-implemented policies and gross mismanagement of resources under his watch. According to the PDP, Tinubu's New Year speech did not articulate any specific direction for the nation or profile solution to the myriad of problems caused by APC's misrule. It added that Tinubu's speech failed to present any definite policy roadmap toward reducing the price of petroleum products, addressing the widespread hunger in the land, and revamping our ailing productive sector. The party further stated that the speech did not articulate any solution-based direction for the critical sectors of electricity, oil and gas, road infrastructure, and food production, among other areas that are fundamental to the well-being of citizens. And now to safeguard democracy and national progress in 2025, the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has called on Nigerians to hold political leaders accountable by raising their vigilance and public awareness. The presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, in the 2023 election stressed that 2025 is a momentous era for reshaping national dialogue and fostering a collective commitment to accountability. Atiku, who made the remarks in his New Year message on X on Wednesday, added that the public must steadfastly ensure that political power at all levels of government is not abused for personal gain. He warned that unchecked authority could threaten fundamental liberties and undermine the public good, adding that the vigilance of the citizenry is paramount in ensuring that those in leadership do not abuse the power entrusted to them, stating that 2024 was a wake-up call to the need for greater governmental accountability. Atiku urged Nigerians to resist any attempts to divide the nation along religious or ethnic lines. Meanwhile, he expressed optimism that 2025 would bring economic recovery and relief from years of hardship. And as Nigerians welcome the new year, President Bola Tinubu has called for unity and focus on nation building, urging citizens to set aside divisive distractions. With promises of economic reforms, VOP TV's Matthew Ogunswada gathered public opinions and offers deeper insight into this development. I understand that we will bring that report to you subsequently. Now, the First Lady, Oluremi Tinubu, has celebrated a baby girl who is the firstborn on New Year's Day at the Asokoro General Hospital in Abuja. During a visit to the baby, Tinubu, who was represented by the wife of the Vice President, Nana Shatima, prayed for her and admonished her parents to give her adequate attention and care. Presented gifts and cash to the 3.6 kg baby who was born at exactly 12:27 a.m. on Wednesday and named Chioma Oyimbo. Now, the First Lady said the health and well-being of the child should always be priority. The baby was also presented with a hard copy of her birth registration certificate at the event, while the other babies were also presented with gifts to celebrate their birth. Our very own Matthew, I just gave you the intro before the report itself. As Nigerians welcome the new year, President Bola Tinubu has called for unity and focus on nation building, urging citizens to set aside divisive distractions. With promises of economic reforms, VOP TV's Matthew Ogunswada gathered public opinions and offers deeper insight into this development.
Tinubu has urged Nigerians to prioritize unity and progress, calling on them to disregard distraction tied to politics, ethnicity, and religion. In his New Year address, he emphasized the importance of patriotism and national allegiance in achieving the country's development goals. The president reaffirmed his administration's dedication to economic reforms, targeting sustainable growth and prosperity, while assuring Nigerians of ongoing initiatives to enhance food production, curb inflation on essential goods, and strengthen the economy. While highlighting the progress made in 2024, President Tinubu pointed to lower fuel prices, increased foreign reserves, and a stronger Naira as encouraging indicators while promising continued improvement in the coming year. He also pledged to work tirelessly towards achieving a $1 trillion economy. President Tinubu also called for citizens' cooperation, emphasizing that shared values and a collective commitment to the nation are vital to realizing this vision. As Voice of the People Television, we are on the street to capture public reaction to the President's New Year message.
As a citizen of Nigeria, we want a government to provide jobs, house, and all our refineries. We want government to renew them so that we can have enough oil in our country.
There should be jobs for the Nigerians because that's what people feed on. Because the hardship in this country is getting worse.
Government cannot do anything for me. For my family, government cannot do anything for my family. Unless I will buckle my shoe, I will buckle my shoe for my family. I will try my best for my family. Now, I get chicken, I will not get rice, I will not get ororo, I will not get onions. So, I not get government too. If you say I get government, government go approve everything for me.
The major problem we have in Nigeria, if fuel price goes up, many things jacks up with it. So if they can still try more about those three things, electricity, security, and fuel to come down, because fuel determines many things.
While President Tinubu's New Year message calls for unity, patriotism, and a focus on building stronger economy. Many Nigerians are hopeful that the promised reforms will lead to reduced inflation, improved food production, and a more prosperous nation in 2025. Matthew Ogunswada, reporting for Voice of the People TV.
In the meantime, Catholic Pontiff Pope Francis has advocated debt forgiveness for poor countries to help the internationally indebted nations exit the wounds and develop. Pope Francis made the call on Wednesday in his message on the 2025 World Day of Peace, which is annually marked on the 1st of January to encourage peace in the world. He renewed the appeal launched by St. John Paul II on the occasion of the Great Jubilee of the year 2000 to consider reducing substantially, if not cancelling outright, the international debt which threatens the future of many nations. The pontiff appealed to more prosperous countries to forgive the debts of those nations that have no capacity to repay the amount they owe. The theme of the global event for 2025 is Forgive Us Our Trespasses and Grant Us Your Peace. The Pope's message was read by the Catholic Archbishop of Lagos, Most Reverend Alfred Martins, during a Mass at the Holy Cross Cathedral in Lagos. Quoting the Pope, the Archbishop said, "God does not weigh up the evils that mankind commits. Rather, he is immensely rich in mercy and his love for mankind." In the meantime, the executive chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Ola Olukoyede, has called on Nigerians to strengthen their resolve against economic and financial crimes. In a New Year message delivered in Abuja, he urged the nation to seize the opportunities of the new year to recommit to transparency, accountability, and integrity, emphasizing the critical role of public support for anti-corruption initiatives in driving national progress and development. He said Nigerians' rejection of corruption will be essential for the advancement of the economy and improvement of citizens' quality of life. Olukoyede said the EFCC was set to surpass its 2025 achievements, with officers at their efforts as a patriotic duty, promising a focused and unwavering commitment to combating corruption or corrupt practices in 2025. And now the Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, has stated that the union intends to negotiate an upward wage review to address the economic challenges faced by workers. In a New Year message by its president, Joe Ajaro, the union called on President Bola Tinubu to pursue policies that improve access to food, healthcare, housing, education, transportation, and security. It further called for enhanced worker welfare, stating that fulfilling these needs is fundamental to effective governance. Ajero stressed the need for compliance with the 2024 National Minimum Wage Act and pledged to engage the government in safeguarding workers' welfare through fair wage adjustments. The NLC also criticized the increasing use of force in interactions with unions, warning that such actions could disrupt industrial harmony. The NLC extended warm greetings to every worker and citizen on the occasion of the new year, urging Nigerians not to let the challenges of survival to hold them down. It encouraged citizens to rather find inner strength to build a collective resolve to drive Nigerians out of underdevelopment. Well, we'll be right back after this short break. Stay with us. Welcome back. Now, the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, on Wednesday lamented that the poor welfare conditions of public university lecturers make qualified individuals reluctant to take up jobs in the university system. In his New Year message, the University of Ibadan, UI, ASU Chairman Professor Ayo Akinwole said the situation also affects primary and secondary schools. He said that teachers are not well paid, leading to the reluctance of qualified teachers to take up employment in public primary and secondary schools, paving the way for untrained and unqualified teachers to hold sway. According to him, the result has been the proliferation of private schools, most of which are out of the reach of the poor due to their exorbitant fees. He disclosed that the university system witnessed stagnation in 2024, adding that only the sacrifices of the lecturers have kept the university system from another industrial crisis due to the lackluster attitude of the federal government toward the plights of lecturers. He further said that Nigeria's education would likely remain the same as the sector has been allocated about 7% in the 2025 budget of 47.90 trillion naira, which falls far below the benchmark of 15 to 20% educational budget for similar underdeveloped countries. Now, the Obedient Movement has pledged to rebuild Nigeria's broken walls and restore the nation's prosperity through patriotism, innovation, and grassroots mobilization. In a goodwill message on New Year's Day, leader of the movement, Dr. Yunusa Tanko, called on Nigerians to reflect on the victories and challenges of 2024 and embrace 2025 as a year of transformation and possibilities. Tanko acknowledged that 2024 posed significant trials for Nigerians, including insecurity, economic instability, high inflation, epileptic power supply, and poverty. However, he urged citizens to use these experiences as fuel for resilience and a renewed determination to reclaim Nigeria's greatness. Tanko further challenged the youth to lead innovations, pioneer solutions, and showcase Nigeria's talent globally, telling them that it is time to put Nigeria on the global map as inventors, creators, and problem solvers. He further addressed the elders on the need to create value and influence positive change, leveraging their experience to boost the economy and national unity. Tanko further reaffirmed the Obedient Movement's commitment to sustaining its mission of good governance and accountability, emphasizing its preparations for the 2027 general elections. Now, the news, Governor Biodun Oyebanje has said that the Ekiti Agro-Allied International Cargo Airport is positioning the state as Nigeria's agro-allied export hub. Oyebanje, in a New Year broadcast in Ado Ekiti on Wednesday, described approval by the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority for the commencement of non-scheduled flight operations as the best New Year gift for the state. Announcing the completion of the airport, Oyebanje said Ekiti has taken a leap towards a higher pedestal of economic development, especially with the approval granted to the state airport to commence non-scheduled flights. He congratulated residents for witnessing another year despite the numerous daily challenges. He assured that in 2025, the state will witness massive improvement in food production, infrastructure, and government services like never before. The governor disclosed that the state has made remarkable progress in its journey to prosperity in line with the government's continuity and shared prosperity agenda. According to him, development in the past year has been phenomenally exciting and widely acknowledged. In Gombe State, northeastern Nigeria, Governor Muhammadu Yahaya has stressed the need for resilience and collective efforts in achieving national peace, abundant opportunities, and improved quality of life for all. In his New Year message on Wednesday, he called on the people to reflect on the lessons of the past year and embrace 2025 with steadfastness, hope, and optimism. Yahaya, who is also the chairman of Northern States Governors Forum, expressed confidence that the state and nation at large will progress. In a statement by the Director General, Press Affairs, Gombe Government House, Ismaila Misili, Yahaya acknowledged Nigerians' resilience and perseverance in navigating the socio-economic challenges of recent years and urged citizens to sustain their hope and unyielding spirit. Well, let's take you to Borno State now, where Governor Babagana Zulum has approved 8 billion naira for the payment of outstanding pensions and gratuities owed to retired primary school teachers and other civil servants in the state. The governor announced the approval on Wednesday in Maiduguri, stating that the 8 billion naira would cover accrued liabilities from 2019 to 2021. He disclosed that the government had spent about 25 billion naira in settling gratuities for retired state and council workers since he assumed office in 2019. Zulum further assured that his administration would settle all outstanding gratuities and pensions before the end of his tenure in 2027. Up next is business, sport, and entertainment news after the short break. Stay tuned.
From the views on the street
We go to bed empty hunger.
to the blaring horns of a hustling city, the loudest voices of the common man got a medium to be heard.
This particular administration, they were coming unprepared.
It's not a bad thing to renovate the president's lodge.
Through top-notch programming, unbiased reportage of news, sports, business, entertainment, and cultural documentaries, Voice of the People 90.3 FM became a symbol for 21st century media. And now, a new baby is born. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV, youthful, full of vigor and penchant for excellence in the continent's media space, exposing the wrongs, applauding the rights, dissecting the news without fear or favor, through factual and accurate stories and contents.
Corruption kills 3 things that makes a society.
Representing the interests of the people and giving them a voice. Voice of the People TV is here to stay towards building a fair society. VOP TV, Voice of the People Television, truly a voice for the people.
You're welcome back. Now, the National Association of Block Molders of Nigeria, NABMAN, has called on the federal government to encourage more local cement production to increase competition and stabilize prices. In his New Year message to Nigerians on Wednesday in Lagos, the national president of NABMAN, Adesegun Banjoko, said the high cost of cement has significantly impacted the industry's profitability and affordability of construction works. Banjoko explained that the new wage regime has also fired unprecedented rise in the price of commodities and utility items. He noted that cement, being the key raw material in block molding, cannot be ignored. It is negative implications for the construction industry. According to him, with a cement currently selling at 10,000 naira per bag, one would need 1 million naira to procure just 100 bags. He added that this situation unfortunately leads to quality compromise and the avoidable building collapse. Well, moving on to more business stories now, the Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, has attributed the failure to increase Nigeria's power generation to 6,000 megawatts has promised to rampant vandalism of infrastructure. With 26 electricity plants on the national grid, the nation's electricity generation only peaked at 450 megawatts on Tuesday. Now, while the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission (NERC) had earlier last year increased the tariff to over 200 Naira per kilowatt hour for some end users, Adelabu had told Nigerians that power supply would improve as the tariff increase was based on improved service delivery. In his New Year message, however, Adelabu expressed concern at the persistent attacks on power infrastructure, describing them as a significant obstacle to improving electricity supply. Well, let's take a look at some sports news now. Super Eagles forward Ademola Lookman has been named in the Serie A Team of the Year by Wasco.com following his heroics for Atalanta BC and Nigeria's national team. Lookman is the only player who made the cut from his side. The player is worth $55 million and has scored 11 goals in the present season for Atalanta. Year 2024 was a memorable one for the former Everton forward as he was part of the Super Eagles team that scored silver for the nation's male national team in Côte d'Ivoire at AFCON, where he registered 3 goals and 1 assist for the team. Lookman's goal-scoring prowess did not stop at the AFCON as he was superb against Bayer Leverkusen in the final of Europa Cup final, where he grabbed a hat-trick. He was also the only African named in the 2024 Ballon d'Or award, where he eventually was ranked 14th. To cap an illustrious season, he won the most coveted crown in African football by being voted the African Footballer of the Year 2024. In entertainment news, Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu was seen in several photos, having a nice time with entertainers including Wizkid, Burna Boy, Tiwa Savage, Olamide, and others at the hashtag Greater Lagos Countdown 2025. In a statement he shared on X on Wednesday, Sanwo-Olu thanked artists and residents who made the event remarkable. He described as incredible the artists who honored Lagos calls to perform and made the night unforgettable, including Wizkid, Tiwa Savage, Burna Boy, Olamide, and Sheyi Vibes, among others. Commending them, the governor said their talent and passion lit up the stage and brought joy to every corner of Lagos, adding that Lagos came alive last night in a way that only Lagos could. He further explained that the energy at the event was electric, with the vibrant spirit of the people shining through every moment. The countdown was scheduled to start on Tuesday night across 5 major locations in the state: Ikorodu, Badagry, Ikeja, Lagos Island, and Epe, with Tafawa Balewa Square being the main stage at Lagos Island. And it's a wrap for us in the news at 9. But before we go, though, a quick look at the major headlines. Tinubu pledges economic reforms and stronger Naira. Also, we brought you reports that your speech, a manifesto of hopelessness. This statement is credited to the PDP as it refers to the president's New Year message. Now, Atiku also urged Nigerians to monitor political leaders' actions and decisions. Also, we've told you that Pope Francis is seeking debt pardon for poor countries. Also, we told you that the EFCC has nudged Nigerians, vowing to bring down towers of corruption. Also, we brought you reports that the NLC seeks wage review and is flaying the federal government over coercion. In business, block molders are seeking stabilization of cement prices in 2025. In sports news, Lookman made Syria Team of the Year. And entertainment, we brought you news that Governor Sanwo-Olu hanged out with Wizkid, Burna Boy, Olamide, and Tiwa Savage as they counted down to 2025. Now, do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel. On YouTube, we are Voice of the People TV. And on other social media platforms, we are at VOP TV Live. I am Vivian Oguche. Happy New Year to you again.